We've talked now for several months and done probably a handful of stories about how McDonald's and other fast food giants and low wage giants, including Walmart, kind of operate under the guise of being self-sufficient pictures, champions of true capitalism, self-sufficient. They don't need the government's help. They are just doing their own thing. Well, we now have even more information that supports what we've been saying for a while, which is if you consider the amount of government benefits that employees of these companies are entitled to because of the lack of wages and lack of benefits that they receive from the corporation, they're actually kind of heavily subsidized by the government. Listen to these numbers, Lewis. Huffington Post is reporting on this. McDonald's announced that it raked in $1.5 billion in profits in the third quarter of 2013. That is up 5% from last year. And remember that there is $1.2 billion in taxpayer money that goes every year to pay public assistance to the McDonald's workforce. So if in a year the public assistance is roughly equal to 1/4 of profit at McDonald's, that means that their actual profit is only 75% of what they claim it to be if you consider the amount of subsidy they receive from the government. It's just amazing, Lewis, now that we're digging into these numbers, the reality of these low-wage giants.
Yeah. And I mean, this, of course, we're not including all of the potential tax dodging that they're doing through crafty legislation and all of those things as well.
The wages, by the way, are stunningly low. Frontline fast food workers make a median wage of $8.94 an hour, according to a recent Reuters report. Now, the statement that McDonald's gave to Huffington Post emphasizes workers get training, they get the opportunity for career advancement, and they also pay competitive wages based on local wage laws. Fast food workers work 24 hours a week on average, which at $8.94 an hour adds up to barely $11,000 a year. Could the answer here, Lewis, be that people should stop eating at these so-called food restaurants like McDonald's, and naturally, via the free market system that conservatives know and love, the situation will just kind of work itself out?
I'm not sure. Of course, no one should be eating at this place anyway for health reasons. It's sad, normally I would say that a massive protest or strike would definitely get these people the wages they want, but they can't afford that risk, and it's very hard to organize on a scale like this.
Yeah, and there were some pretty significant protests just a few months ago, just down the road from the studio outside Wendy's. The Wendy's was almost completely shut down by protesters, and it was great to see people active, but that more is needed. It's just not going to change anything significant, Lewis.
Yeah, unfortunately. I think we're going to be stuck in this situation for quite a while.
Let's take a break. Join us on Facebook, facebook.com/David Pakman Show. A lot of great stories today. We'll also talk about some of the interesting voicemails that came in during our vacation and much more. Facebook.com/David Pakman Show. Back with